Good morning, beautiful divine being, beautiful divine soul. Infiniti here. It is January 18th, 2025, and I'm going to try to keep this one short. Yesterday's was extra long because I was guided to do that spirit walk, and if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't done yesterday's, the 17th yet, I highly suggest that you do it. It is long because I do this. There's a whole thing before, excuse me. There's a whole thing before I get to the spirit walk, but that's how I was guided to do things and bring things into our consciousness. And then I do a spirit walk that I'm not sure how long it is, but it is kind of lengthy. There's a lot of channeling that takes place, but it is wow. If you're watching this video, if you're watching this channel, I highly suggest that you take a look at that. It was a massive activation and connection, like divine ascension connection. I had no idea that was on the agenda. Total surprise to me, all of it. And it was super intense. There's some spirit walks and some activations and energy work and so on and so forth. That is just so intense. That it really affects you. So after the spirit walk, I was definitely, very hungry. I also was very susceptible to cold the whole rest of the day and the night. And that can happen when you are really working through and moving a lot of energy and integrating and all this stuff. So, I ate and then I got very tired, which also can happen after really intense energy work or a lot of channeling. It'll just, not in a bad way, but my body just needs to recalibrate and it needs to sleep to do that, to regulate back to normal after having such intense energies. And this spirit walk from yesterday was of the highest, of the very, 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 very pinnacle highest that it could possibly be. So I slept for 3 hours. I still woke up feeling very strange and weird and not, totally grounded. And so I was guided to take a shower. I'm going to do a bath today. I didn't have time and I didn't want to do a bath yesterday because I had meetings and all sorts of shit going on. And it was just, I don't like to have to get out of the bath at a certain time. That I have learned. I like to have the rest of my day or evening, whatever that it is, completely free and open so I can do or be in there as long as I want. And I'll be in the bathtub for many hours, many hours, especially if I'm guided to do plant medicine like mushrooms. It can be a very long session in the bathtub because I am doing a lot of energy work and channeling and all sorts of shit. Okay, so after the bath or shower, I felt much better. I felt way more normal. And then we went down to the river and we played down there for a while. And yeah, that was. And then I came back and had my meeting. And so anyway, I'm sharing all this with you just so you know, if you haven't done that yet, that it is very intense, but it's very it's a very important one. If you've never done my spirit walks before, and that is the first one that you're guided to, yeah, you're getting on the bullet train. That's all I can say. That's amazing. If that's the case, if it's been a while and this is your first time back to do a spirit walk with me, or it's a spirit walk that you haven't, that isn't part of a group or whatever, or your own personal spirit walk, then whew, this is one that's, it's a really big one. It's a really, really big one. Okay, so that's enough of that. It's enough I'm going to say about that. It is very important. It is very big. Get on it as soon as you can. I know the video is an hour and a half long, but it's all part of it. So it is what it is. If that's too much time for you, then it's not meant for you. It's just that simple. So yeah. Okay. So I was guided to the, this is heavy with angel energy here today. I was guided to the Archangel Oracle cards. And the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards. I don't even know if you can still get these. These are super old at this point. But the first one we got that we're going to get into is Clairsentience with Archangel Raguel. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So let's dig in. Please honor your feelings. Don't be afraid of deep emotions or intense feelings. I can help you distinguish between your own feelings and those of others. I'll also help you clear any energies you may absorb. I'll guide you towards people, situations, and places with clear and loving energy. I almost said people energy. Clear and loving energy. Your repetitive emotions and physical feelings provide important information, so please notice and follow these feelings. Your repetitive emotions and physical feelings provide important information, so please notice and follow these feelings. They're answers to your prayers. Ask me to help translate confusing messages so that you'll clearly know which steps to take. And working with Archangel Raguel, like an air traffic controller, Raguel oversees archangels and angels, ensuring harmony, cooperation, and order among them all. In the same way, he'll help you sort all your feelings, enable you to notice, understand, and follow them. Okay, what's really important here is this part here. I can help you distinguish between your own feelings and those of others. And that goes for the physical feelings as well as the emotional or the mental feelings. If you want to put it that way. The recurring thoughts and the feelings that you get with them. Because you don't have thoughts without feelings. I mean, it's all connected. So we're mental and emotional at the same time. We're physical and emotional and mental at the same time. We're energetic, physical, emotional, and mental at the same time. These are all our different bodies, and they're all connected to our different chakras, our energy centers, from our root to our third eye for the chakras that are within the body. And then we have further chakras up and down that are of course, connected to the body, but not in the body, not within the actual physical vessel. And we feel, we know through everything, but we're used to feeling in our bodies. That's what we have, bodies to feel physically. And especially if you're a psychic physical empath, and there is a spectrum of empaths. This is, the whole empath thing is really at the core and the nucleus of understanding yourself, just on the human level, aside from the spiritual level that is obviously part of all that. But I am a psychic physical empath. I can feel and know and feel in my body exactly what people feel in their bodies, exactly how they feel it. And that to a lot of people sounds crazy and like science fiction and impossible, but in fact it is true. All right, I had to stop the video because Corey came over to put my Starlink on my roof, and I told him he could do it, and I don't know what I was thinking, thinking that he could come over and do stuff without my dogs barking and going crazy. So here we are, and he did some other stuff too. So here we are a couple, maybe, I don't know, an hour and a half later, something like that, to finish this video up. And so let's get to it. I was talking about how there's different, there's a spectrum of empaths. I'm a psychic physical empath. I can feel in my body exactly what other people feel in their bodies, exactly how they feel it. So if you have a backache, if you have a headache, if you have a stomach ache, if you're tired, if you're cold, whatever, I'll feel that like I feel like it's my body. And we're rare, but we do exist, and it can cause us all sorts of problems because most psychic physical empaths don't know that that's what's going on, and it seems like it's their thing because it's their body. That's how it was with me for forever. And I go into that in detail in different ways on my website and different videos and all sorts of stuff. But I encourage you to go to my website, or actually just go to the link in the description. I set up and I created an assessment quiz to help determine what kind of empath are you, if you're an empath at all, and where on the spectrum you fall. It's an easy quiz, takes like 10 minutes, yes or no questions, and it will determine for you where you fall on that spectrum, because the higher on the spectrum you are, the more on that psychic physical side you're going to be, and that really affects you and your energy, your health. A lot of people who are psychic physical empaths, they have chronic situations and illnesses and conditions with their bodies that are not really theirs. It's not like they're not really feeling it, but it's because of energy. It's because of connection. It's because of an overload. It's because of too many cords. It's because of being super sensitive energetically, but it doesn't mean that that is the way that your life has to be. There's a lot that you can do to overcome a lot of, or all of the chronic situations that you're dealing with on any and every level. And that's by doing energy work and healing and clearing and reconfiguring the system and being conscious of how this all works. So Raguel, and this card is coming through to say, really pay attention to what's going on with your body and when. If you have not yet seen the video on energy vampires and how to determine what's going on there, that is a really good video to watch, because I talk about the different physical feelings that will get, or the way that our bodies will react to our energy being drained. And there's a few of them. Okay, so this is really about feeling and getting information energetically and spiritually through the body, through our physical being, and through our emotions, and through feeling things, whether it's emotional or physical. And that information is to help us, not to hurt us. We just need to understand it. And there is a way to go about doing that, and with intention and clarity. And of course, the clearer you are, the clearer the information is going to be when it does hit and come through, to know if it's yours, to know if it's somebody else's, and all that good stuff. Okay, now the next card is from the Angels of Abundance Oracle, and we have pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. So this is a good one. And it doesn't, if money is tight right now or whatever, that's one thing. And if that's the case, please check out my video that I posted a couple days ago about, it's entitled Time to Make More Money, or something to that effect. Because this money thing and having more money to invest in your present and your future has come through a few times, about doing like supplemental income, doing things on the side of what you're doing now, or as a new component to what you're doing now, depending on what it is that you're doing now. And that video, I put in a couple links, and I'm getting more videos popping up for this sort of thing, like all these different ways to make more money, passive income, print on demand, and all sorts of stuff that just depending on, your level of or depth of what you want to get into. But anyway, so that's one thing that's coming through again. To, if you've been thinking that you want to make more money, that you want to do something different, that what you're doing now isn't sustainable, or what you want to be doing for, 5-10 years from now, that you want to do other things, this is definitely the time to act, to move in that direction. And my video from the other day gets into all of that as I walk on the river collecting rocks. And then the other side of this is pay yourself first, is to save money, to set some aside from what you're bringing in. And, in a really conscious way. And it can be, $5, $10, $50 per paycheck, or pay per service, or per thing you sell, or whatever that it is. And that just feels really good to know, like, oh, I've got this money over here, and, if I need it, it's there, but it's set aside, kind of thing. For sure. That is a really nice thing to do for yourself. And you can do that with a little bit of money. And the more that you do that, this is what's coming through. The more that you do that, even if you're like, seriously, $5, but yeah, like, even if it's $5, even if it's $10 per paycheck or whatever, that you're setting aside for yourself, that energy of intention, of foresight, and like future caring for yourself in the present, just creates more opportunity to do more of that. Because it's a positive, action when it comes to money. And that helps heal the money wound. So if you're actively working on healing your money wound by saying, even if it's $5, I'm saving $5 for myself. And that's better than nothing. And feeling good about it, there's going to be opportunity to do that with, $25 or $50 or $500 or whatever, as time goes on. And again, this is really the time to focus on our healing, and healing the money wound is certainly part of that. And that is something that I am definitely guided to do with people always, is to help them heal the money wound and think of ways in doing their business new creative ways of doing business. That's actually one of the things that, I mean, I'm just naturally good at that, but I also get very specific information for people to follow when it comes to business stuff and creating opportunities and so on and so forth. So if you're in my groups and stuff and that comes up, and there's definitely going to be more of that in the future for sure. I can feel it for all of us when it comes to our abundance and making money and making more money and having more money to do more things, to experience the things we want to experience and all that good stuff. So there are our messages for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for being here and watching. Again, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. When I get to 50, I'll be going live all the time and doing my dailies live. Daily, my sunrise from the Trinity River. I hope you enjoyed watching the river. It's nice and beautiful and clear right now, and all that beautiful sunlight hitting the water. Absolutely gorgeous. Mesmerizing. Absolutely mesmerizing. It's seriously like, looks like liquid gold over here. And the patterns are just so cool. So cool. And the swirls and the churning and all the the water going this way and that way. I don't know about you, but I could just sit here and I just meditate and look at this and just go, God, this is just so beautiful, especially when it's so blue like this. But Corey was saying there's times where it's really intensely green blue. And to me, it already looks like that now, but I believe him. So again, thanks for being here. Please like this video if you've gotten value from it. And again, subscribe and comment below any thoughts or questions that you may have about either clairsentience or this pay yourself first, or anything you want to share. And otherwise, check out the description for links to my website, to that quiz, to my network for my community. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.